Well, Dave, I just want to start by going back to last Monday. I remember Jose Mourinho once saying that a 1-0 win in May is worth a 10-0 win in August, and it certainly felt like that on Monday. It felt like a significant win.
Yeah, listen, it was important from, like I say, our perspective that we moved on. At a time of the year where games are always a little bit edgy, a little bit nervy. Teams have either a lot to play for or not a great deal to play for. Both teams had an awful amount to play for, and it probably looked that way in the game. I thought we had good control in the first half. Deservedly we're in front. Second half, I thought we could be a little bit better, but again, ultimately, even before the game, as much as you want to focus on processes and performance to get results, the result's the all-important bit. We got that, and we wanted to come out of that game, giving ourselves an opportunity on Sunday, and we've done that now.
Yeah, of course, the result does mean that you can actually secure promotion to the Football League with a win on Sunday. What's been the mood around the camp with your players with that prize on offer?
Well, they've got a new pool table, so they're quite happy out there. Listen, we're pretty relaxed in terms of where we're at. Listen, it's easy for us to sit and, I suppose, say things and put things forward. Every player is different. Every player is individual in terms of how they'll be thinking about the game. The one thing for certain is you have to try and, as best as you can, control what you can control. That's something we've stuck to since we've been here. At the end of the day, there are 3 points on offer. The difference is the 3 points for us gives us a bigger prize, if you like, this time. So a slight difference. But if we don't stick to what we believe in and go out there and play the game, not the occasion, then we won't give ourselves the best chance of getting those 3 points, so it becomes irrelevant. So as much as possible this week, a little bit different with a Sunday fixture, so the schedule changes fractionally. But ultimately, it's about going there and performing and doing everything we can to try and win.
I know one thing you've said a couple of times over the last few months is that you want certain players that have been knocking on your door and asking to play to go out and show you on the pitch. Have those players that came into the side over the weekend given you something to think about with the performances?
Yeah, obviously, performance was, like I say, in the main good, really good in the first half. I think we can, like I say, I think we can be better in the second half in terms of a little bit braver and less safe. And I don't mean taking unnecessary risks, but I think we can have more control in possession. I thought we got into a mindset which is easy to do. I've been there where you're in front in the game and you want to defend that, and ultimately a clean sheet wins you. And I think it showed in terms of how we played the game. I think we can certainly in transitions we can take more care and we can look after the ball and try and control possession a little bit more. But the lads that came in, as you hope they will and expect that they will, came in and did a really good job for us. There was always going to be opportunities this weekend with the Saturday, Monday, less than 48-hour turnaround. We had to make decisions as to how we approach the game, what's the best way to go about it, and fundamentally we went and got 3 points, which is huge for us.
One player that really seems to take his opportunity was Elliot NOOBS as well. Obviously played in midfield on Saturday. You played him at wing back on Monday as well and got man of the match on BT Sport. He looks a lot more confident than I've ever seen him at the club, and he seems to be taking his opportunity at the minute. Yeah,
NOOBS is like I say, in terms of his, I suppose, pathway to where he is now is a little bit different. Coming when a league below was curtailed, if you like, and an opportunity was to bring him to the football club, and then at the start of the season, for whatever reason, didn't get an opportunity. Went out to Halifax, played some games, was more of an impact sub even for them, and then all of a sudden at the back end got in for a couple of games. But we wanted to, I suppose, on my side of things, when I came to the club, look at everybody and potentially give everybody a chance. So we brought him back. He's had to be patient, but he just needs to, I suppose, add efficiency to his game. So add goals and add assists. It's not easy, but some players that look pleasing on the eye more than other players. But if you really bolt it down and look at what numbers they produce, then maybe they'll have a bigger impact on the game as what, from our side of things, as a management perspective, they do. But he's started to add that. He's been really patient and been really good in training, and then ultimately that becomes then transferring that onto the most important bit, which is a Saturday afternoon or a Monday, whatever it might be, but also be going and performing at 11v11 and winning games and being a player that will affect it. We chose to go in a really positive way at Chesterfield and felt that they would play a left wing back that was very attacking as well, and it almost becomes an individual battle regardless of where they play. It might be easy to say that Noobs is an attacking player. If you're an attacking player, you still have to defend. If you're up against if you're a wide player and you're up against the full-back that bombs forward, you've also got to defend against that forward. What you've got to try and do is make sure you influence him more than he influences you, and that was certainly the case in the first half. Second half, he had to, I suppose, dig in and do his job on the flip side of it, but certainly in transitions, he's a ball carrier, gives us an out, and like I say, has deserved his opportunities, but be unlucky not to get an opportunity prior, or a more significant opportunity prior to that, because the team's been doing really, really well. It's been difficult to replace what's already been in there. He's had his chance now, and he's taken it.
Just on the injury front, obviously there was a knock for Sam Minahan, which is why Newby played there. 2 games in less than 48 hours as well, obviously a big workload. Has everyone come through that okay?
Listen, I should expect at this part of the season, we've a few little niggles. I would expect and do expect that every team in the country is now in a position where there aren't a significant number of players going into games 100%. So we've a few little bits and bobs. As with everything, we'll leave it as late as we can in terms of making decisions. But if we do have to make changes, then we have to make changes. That's part and parcel of it. And we know that our squad depth, if you like, is at this point where it may be required. And I'm comfortable knowing that the team we put out there will be capable of winning on Sunday. We've got to make sure, and they've got to make sure, that they do everything they can. And if we can control that, then I think we have a real good chance.
And just going back to Wrexham, you obviously had that FA Trophy meeting there a month back. Wasn't much in the game, decided by 2 late goals. Is there anything you're able to take away from that tie going into Sunday, or is it a completely different occasion?
It's a different occasion, but as I said at the time, I think the game, it was the flip. I think the league game that was happening in 3 or 4 weeks' time will be completely different to what the FA Trophy game looks like. There'll be different teams. They've got some injuries and people missing, just as we've got some injuries and people missing through injury and suspension. So it will be a different game. There are always things that you can take from football matches in terms of tactical information, in terms of how they go about things, psychological information about us dealing with specific threats. We've got to put all that together and make sure it gives us the best advantage to go and perform on Sunday and hopefully win.
And just finally, Dave, it's obviously been a very long 11 years for County in non-league, 6 of them in the National League North. It's been a long journey just to get to this point. What would it mean to you personally if you are the man to go on and lead the club back into the Football League?
Listen, it'd be huge. I said exactly the same last year when I was at Hartlepool. A different time frame around them, but ultimately an EFL club, a Football League club in everything, bar status. And listen, Wrexham are the same as that, and Chesterfield are the same as that, and Notts County are the same as that. And there are lots of teams in around the top end of the National League that can have strong cases to claim they're worthy of those places. It's not as easy as that. It's really, really tough. So to get this football club back where, in lots of people's opinion, that it should be, would be massive. It's the start of something, hopefully, that we want to, like I say, we want to build on. This is the first step. It's the biggest step. It's the hardest step, and we've put things in place that will hopefully future-proof what we've been doing on the pitch and players-wise within the dressing room. It would be a huge achievement, a massive achievement, regardless of when I come in, what the circumstances were. Makes no difference. Winning this league or getting out this league takes an awful lot, and like I say, I'd feel no prouder if I could be the person that takes the club back into the Football League.
All the best for Sunday, Dave. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.